ensure you have all the accessories required and that the kayaks are on a level, flat surface. Slide the rear spar into the rear attachment area of the first kayak, ensuring the spring clips engage in that section. Next, get the transom or power pole and slide it onto the rear spar, pushing the spring clips in and sliding it along until it is in the centre of the spar. Now, get the second kayak, align it with the rear spar and slide it onto the rear spar via the rear attachment section of the second kayak. Ensure the spring clips are now engaged in the rear attachment section of the kayak. Get the front spar, slide it into the front attachment section of the first kayak all the way through, but stop short of engaging the second kayak. Now get the A-frame and locking collar. Slide the A-frame onto the front spar between the two kayaks. Once this is done, continue sliding the front spar through the first kayak, the A-frame, and into the second kayak in the front attachment area of the kayak. Push the spring clips in as they approach the kayak and ensure the spring clips are now engaged in the front attachment area of both kayaks. Now, get the transom, slide the locking collar on, and slide the locking collar forward to engage in the A-frame. Ensure the spring clip is engaged at the A-frame. Now, get your tiller, slide the tiller pins into the pin tabs on the transom of the switch. At this point, if you didn't wish to go sailing, you could simply mount an outboard motor instead of a tiller. Remove the sail and mast from the sail bag. This can be rolled and stowed in one of the rear containment areas of either of the kayaks or back in your vehicle. Check the wind direction to make sure that the sail is pointing downwind from where you are. Now get the 3-piece composite mast and assemble the mast. Ensure the fat section of mast is at the bottom of the mast section. This fat section is stronger and needs to be slid into the A-frame at a later time. Once the mast is assembled, roll open the sail. Now get the mast and slide it into or between the webbing straps, there are 2 of them at the bottom of the sail, and then into the mast sleeve. Once the mast is most of the way in, put it against your midsection and pull the sail onto the mast. Now put the mast into the A-frame of the switch. Drop the mast into the top of the A-frame. Now get the sheet attachment cords and thread them through the rear attachment section and around the rear spar of the first kayak, threading the cord through itself to form a loop that tightens up on the rear spar. Now clip this first cord onto the carabiner of the main sheet. Get the second sheet cord and repeat the process down through the rear spar, around, forming a loop, tightening it, and then clipping the other end of the cord onto the carabiner of the main sheet. Now get the downhaul, clip it onto the short cord and carabiner section that are attached to the A-frame. Pull the sheet tight and thread the end of the sheet rope through the cleat it is attached to the transom of your switch. Once this is threaded through, pull it tight, lock it in place. Your switch is now ready to sail.